And welcome back to Open. Have you ever heard of Moyamoya disease? Well, it's a rare condition that blocks the arthritis at the base of the brain, and with, excuse me, getting over a cold, and we're just getting it together here. But today, we welcome Jessica Ana Livingstone, a girl living with the disease, and she's overcoming it. We're also welcoming her mother, Barbara Livingstone, who's here also to tell us their story. And yes, she's a junior at Emerson Junior Senior High School, and good to have you.
Thank you.
Good. And so we share a little bit about, Jessica, give us a little bit about her story and how she's doing today.
Well, we've been through 2 neurosurgeries to combat the Moyamoya. Moyamoya constricts blood flow to the brain. The vessels get very constricted. And the only way to combat the disease is to graft healthy vessels onto the compromised ones. And they would also drill holes into her skull to increase the blood flow. So she has had 2 neurosurgeries on the right and left of her head. She is due to have a 3rd one on the front left and the side left of the brain. The risk in not having enough blood flow is she could stroke. She has already suffered 4 strokes.
Wow.
Because we had no idea that she had Moyamoya. She had hit her head and was diagnosed with mild concussion. She was then sent home and started having excruciating pain. She couldn't get out of bed. She had to wear sunglasses. She couldn't tolerate light. We brought her to the emergency room 3 times, and they just kept changing her medication and sending her home. The only way to find Moyamoya disease is an MRI, which they did not do. Once a neurologist saw her, they admitted her to the hospital. They did the MRI, and she was diagnosed with Moyamoya. And the concussion that she suffered had turned into a massive stroke because of the swelling on the brain.
So Jessica, how have you been dealing? I mean, this has obviously been painful surgeries and a lot to overcome. What's this journey been like for you?
It's been a bit stressful, which is kind of strange to say because I'm not really supposed to get stressed out, and I can't get my heart rate can't go really fast because that's my restrictions for the Moyamoya. And so it's kind of been iffy. Like I have to control myself all the time and stuff like that.
So what makes Jessica very special here is that in spite of the fact that she's got all of this going on, I want to let you know exactly what's going to happen with Jessica. This Thursday, she actually turns 18. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations to that. Also, she is in the Honor Society at school. She's doing better than I did. I was telling her to do it. I couldn't even pull it. You're pulling Honor Society in school. And then in addition to that as well, you're also involved in some activities.
Yes.
What activities are you involved in?
I'm involved in Key Club and cheerleading.
Uh-huh.
And then I hang out with my friends.
There you go. And so you're overcoming this. And literally, there's a lot of challenges that you have, but you're also overcoming this. What has been the key in helping you to overcome and do what you do?
My family and my boyfriend, and they have all, my entire friend group has been supporting me through all of it because the one surgery, they had to shave my head on one side, which in a way is fashionable, but the other way, my hair was down to my waist, so I wasn't really liking it. So I had scars on either side of my head, and they've been just so supportive about it. They were like, oh, it looks beautiful, and stuff like that. And it's they've got me through it. My family too, and it's just been great.
Well, it's a great story to hear that you're doing so great. You're in the Honor Society, you're cheerleading, you're doing this, you're a member of the Key Club, you're turning 18. As a mom, in spite of all of this, obviously you've been there, you've been this rock of great support for her.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you guys for that as well. What's the message that you want to send out to other people today?
That miracles do happen. She is a miracle. She has suffered 4 strokes. The last time she stroked, they didn't know if she would talk or walk again. And that was probably the lowest low, the most devastating point we could have ever gotten to. And she got up and walked again, and she talked again. She's overcoming motor skill issues. She's a miracle, and she's determined, and through her faith and determination, she's getting herself through. I think the thing that I find most inspiring about her is that even though she has suffered so much, she wanted to come today and speak out so that other people could get tested ahead of time and find the Moyamoya before they stroke.
Well, certainly we're going to be talking about stroke and Moyamoya a little bit later on, and we want to let you know that you can find out more information. You saw the information at the bottom of the screen, and certainly we want to thank you for coming and sharing your story. It is inspirational, and for you to be sitting across from me right now and being able to tell your story, we want you to know there's a lot of people out there who are watching and just are very inspired by what you've inspired me today, too. So thank you so much.
I mean, I just want to stress that, like, if ever people's arms go numb, like the entire arm and stuff like that, that's like a TIA, which is like a small stroke. And people should be aware of that because it's not just like a normal thing. Your arm just does not go numb normally.
Right.
And stuff like that. You have to be like aware of it. And scars are beautiful, and people should know that because they are perfect, they're beautiful, and they show that you've gone through a war.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much for coming, Jessica. Gotta
you.
bring you back. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you. Listen, we want people to find out more about Moyamoya and definitely get tested. And if you can find out any information that will help you in the area of awareness, listen, you can contact them. They'll be glad to let you know more about it and point you in the right direction so more people can become aware of the Moyamoya disease, but also a special thanks to Jessica for her work in celebrating her today, for being able to overcome all these adversities and still be able to be an honor student. That is awesome. Well, listen, stay with us. We got more show coming up, and thank you again. We'll be right back.